In the 1920s, San Francisco's Chinatown was a miniature world tucked within the city, alive with the rhythmic clang of woks, the aroma of exotic spices, and the warm glow of banquet halls where every dish narrated its own story. Chefs showcased everything from glistening Peking duck and shark fin soup to bird's nest desserts that could cost a week's wages. Some dishes represented prestige, others were rare delicacies talked about for generations. Today, we step back a century to explore 25 iconic dishes from this golden era, beginning with the one that captured attention the instant it arrived. Point 1. Roast Peking duck with plum sauce. Asterisk. Imagine stepping into a 1920s Chinatown banquet hall and seeing a glossy, mahogany-skinned duck hanging in the window, a sure sign of celebration. Roast Peking duck wasn't everyday fare. It was reserved for weddings, New Year feasts, or when wealthy merchants wanted to impress. The process was a meticulous craft, air-drying the duck for hours, roasting it until the skin turned glassy and crisp, the fat melted, and the meat remained juicy. The plum sauce was the star, thick, sweet, tangy, made from dried plums, ginger, and a touch of rice vinegar. In Chinatown, some chefs guarded their recipes like treasure, passing them only to loyal apprentices. Served with thin pancakes and green onion slivers, every bite offered a perfect balance: crisp skin, rich meat, vibrant sauce. In 1925, it could cost $2.50, a fortune when rent was $15 per month. For those in silk robes, that was the point. In a city recovering from the 1906 quake, eating Peking duck publicly was a statement. I've made it. And alongside it, another soup so rare it had its own black market. Asterisk 2. Shark fin soup, Cantonese banquet style. Asterisk. Picture a steaming porcelain bowl arriving at your table, the rich aroma hitting you before you glimpse inside. Shark fin soup in 1920s Chinatown wasn't just a dish, it was a symbol of status. Served at only the most prestigious banquets, the fins themselves were flavorless. The magic came from hours of simmering in golden broth with chicken, dried scallops, Chinese ham, and occasionally pork bones. The texture was the true treasure, delicate, gelatinous strands floating in umami-rich soup. Fins were expensive, sometimes smuggled in hidden rice sacks. Only the city's elite could afford it, signaling respect and honor. In 1924, one serving could cost $5, more than a week's wages for some. Guests sipped slowly, savoring each spoonful like liquid gold. Afterward, a whole fish, head, tail, eyes, might follow, equally show-stopping. Asterisk 3. Steamed whole rock cod with ginger and scallions. Asterisk. When a whole steamed fish appeared in a 1920s Chinatown dining room, conversation paused. Rock cod, caught fresh off California's coast, was prized for sweet, delicate flesh. Chefs steamed it whole, ensuring no flavor escaped. Timing was everything. Overcooked fish became rubbery, undercooked near the bone. Served with sizzling hot peanut oil infused with ginger and scallions, the aroma was irresistible. In Chinese tradition, serving the fish whole symbolized unity, with the head reserved for the guest of honor. While less costly than duck or shark fin, fresh seafood was a mark of dedication, showing diners you picked the finest catch yourself. Behind the alleyways, other treasures awaited, hanging in smoky windows glazed with honey. Asterisk 4. Barbecued pork char siu. Asterisk. Walk down Grant Avenue in 1920s Chinatown, and the sight would stop you, strips of deep red pork hanging like edible gems. The aroma, sweet, smoky, slightly savory, was intoxicating. Char siu wasn't mere street food, it was a signature. Secret marinades varied, but often included honey, five-spice, soy, and rice wine. The pork marinated hours before roasting over open flames until caramelized. Locals bought it to go in paper wraps. Restaurant guests received thick slices glistening with juice. A half-pound might cost 30 cents, feeding 2 hungry workers. Yet for chefs, it was about drawing guests inside. That lacquered red meat hanging in the window? Chinatown's version of a neon sign. Inside, another delicacy often waited, combining seafood's bounty with masterful craftsmanship, arriving like a jewel on a plate. Asterisk 5. Fried crab claws with shrimp paste. Asterisk. Few dishes in 1920s Chinatown had the same wow factor. Imagine a snow-white crab claw, polished and fresh, encased in a golden shrimp paste shell, so crisp it nearly shattered with each bite. The secret? Mixing pork fat for juiciness, water chestnuts for crunch, and Shaoxing wine for depth. Molded around the claw and fried to a golden hue, it combined land and sea flavors beautifully. Eaten by hand, dipped in soy sesame sauce, diners savored every bite while others looked on enviously. In 1923, a plate cost 75 cents, pricey but unforgettable. And if you thought that was the rarest item, just a few tables over, someone sipped a soup so precious it was literally called edible treasure. Asterisk 6. Bird's nest soup with rock sugar. Asterisk. In the dim glow of a 1920s banquet hall, this wasn't just dessert. It was luxury in a porcelain bowl. Bird's nest soup, from swiftlet nests spun from saliva, was a delicacy for emperors in China. Imported via secret merchant networks, the nests were soaked until soft, then simmered in rock sugar syrup to silky perfection. Flavor was subtle, texture was prized, slippery yet tender. Served to honored guests or wealthy families, it was believed to enhance health and beauty. In 1921, one serving cost $8, a week's groceries for many. Following this refined treat, the banquet often shifted back to heartier dishes. Rice wrapped in lotus leaves, a gift to unwrap at the table. Asterisk 7. Lotus leaf sticky rice, lo my guy. Asterisk. A small bundle wrapped in a lotus leaf arrived at your table. Unwrapping it released the aroma of soy, sesame, and slow-braised meats. Inside, glutinous rice clung together, infused with flavors of pork belly, Chinese sausage, dried shrimp, and shiitake mushrooms. In the 1920s, lo my guy was portable luxury. Dock workers grabbed one before shifts. Banquet guests enjoyed it mid-meal. The leaf steamed everything perfectly, keeping the parcel moist. At 10 cents each, it was filling, comforting, and evocative of home, even thousands of miles from Guangdong. Nearby, another treasure waited, a pillowy bun hiding a sweet savory surprise.